Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Natalie and I'm the artist and owner behind NMC Design Studio, which is a small art business based out of Seattle, Washington. Happy almost year of the horse. Today I'm going to talk through some of my Zodiac animal artwork, mostly made into sticker designs. But backing up for a second, what is the Chinese Zodiac? It is, to my understanding, I haven't done like a ton of research into it or know a ton about it, but from my understanding, it's kind of similar to astrology, right? You're basing it off of different circumstances. But in this case, it's based off of the year you were born, not like the date range or month that you were born like astrology tends to be. So I know for me, I am the year of the ox. There are 12 different animals in the Chinese zodiac, and actually a lot of my knowledge of the Chinese zodiac I feel like comes from the manga Fruits Basket, which kind of plays on Chinese zodiac a lot. Let's see if I can get all of the animals from my memory. We have the rat, the ox or cow, whichever one you wanna call it. There's the dog, snake, boar or pig, the ram or sheep, the monkey, the horse, dragon, rabbit, tiger, and what's the one I'm forgetting? Rooster. I think that's everything. But 2025 was the year of the snake, and 2026 is the year of the horse. I believe the snake was wood. I'm not really sure what the different elements mean. I think snake was wood, and I'm pretty sure 2026's year of the horse is fire, but I don't know what that means. I've seen that. But similar to astrology, your animal is supposed to kind of represent some of your personality traits and things like that. I remember because I'm an ox, I'm supposed to be very stubborn, which is very true for me. I do tend to be stubborn about a lot of things. But the first year that I did a design for the Chinese zodiac was the year of the tiger, and it was this little guy. And just business wise, this sticker did really well and still tends to do pretty good, but as I've gotten more sticker designs, it's definitely faded into, I don't know if faded into the background is the right way to say it, but decreased in success. Basically, I have other stickers that are better sellers than it now. But for a few years, this was one of my best sellers. And I think it's because he looks like a little stuffed animal. I don't know. He's a little bit sad and mopey looking, but very squishable. And that was the first design I did because I did it in the year of the tiger. My plan at the start was to do the year's animal at the beginning of each of the years. So the next year I did the rabbit for the year of the rabbit. But then I decided at the end of that year, when I was working on getting the next year's up, which was the year of the dragon, I decided that I didn't really want to wait and I just wanted the whole series done all at once. So I made all of the rest of the Chinese zodiac. So that was 10 designs all at once. And I definitely had more fun making some of them than other ones. Monkey. I think I should go revisit some of the designs that I did just because I would love to redo them a little bit. All of the Chinese zodiac illustrations were done in vector style, and all the Chinese zodiac animals were done as vector illustrations. So again, if you haven't caught any of these art talks before, I do mostly vector illustration, which basically means that all of the lines and curves and shapes and things are mathematically calculated in the software. And what that allows for is infinite resizing. So I can size up as large as I want or as small as I want without losing any clarity or quality of the image. And that's contrasted with raster images, which is kind of what you would think of with a normal photograph where you have pixels. And so when you size up an image that has pixels, those pixels become bigger. And that's what makes your images pixelated. But vector images don't have pixels because the curves are calculated by math, etc., etc. So you can size up or down as much as you want without losing any clarity in the image. It does make some things a little bit harder because you are essentially working in shapes and like solid layers of color. There are ways to do gradients and things like that to get some more, there are ways to do gradients to get like transitions of color, but sometimes if you want like a very specific transition, it can require a lot of finagling of, well, how do I get my shapes to line up? And then how do I make sure that this gradient actually works so it's not going to be a harsh line on any part of it? If you're looking to do like, I think I would call it like softer or anything like that, with like nicer transitions between colors and things like that, shading and all that jazz. Vector illustration probably isn't the right medium for it, but it is very similar to printmaking, which is the other medium that I do a lot, where you're very similarly working in a lot of solid color layers with like bold shapes and things like that. But I talked a little bit about, you know, I made the Year of the Tiger sticker at the beginning of the Year of the Tiger, and that was part of the goal, was to have that for the Year of the Tiger. But the other reason that I did it is in 2022, which was the Year of the Tiger, I went to technically not my first market, but like essentially my first market. My first market was actually in February of 2020. But like, we don't really count that because then I had an entire like year gap. Also, none of the products that I had at that market in February of 2020, I have none of the same products. They were they were very, very different from what I have right now. Well, not very, very different, but nothing carried over. So the market in April of 2021 is actually the first market that I did that has any sort of similarity to like what I'm offering now, essentially. And that is practically my first market and kind of what had the building blocks of where I'm at now. But that market was specifically an AAPI focused market, so all of the artists and vendors were AAPI, and I thought while getting prepared for that market, because I had a lot of block prints but I didn't have much else, I kind of wanted to start making more sticker designs. So we've talked about my backyard flower shop sticker sheet before, and that was one of the first sticker products that I made. But I then worked on the Year of the Tiger sticker, and in conjunction with that I also made a Lunar New Year sticker sheet. The other like hope for making these products is, growing up I never really felt a big connection to my Asian heritage. I am biracial, so I'm half white, half Asian, and that Asian being Chinese and Taiwanese, so I'm a quarter of each. But growing up, I definitely didn't feel connected to like my Chinese or Taiwanese heritage. We never really did much at home in terms of like celebrating some more of these like Asian holidays like Lunar New Year or the Moon Festival. And I never really knew the significance of a lot of these things. So like one of my big memories of my grandparents on my dad's side, who are Chinese and Taiwanese, is we would go and visit them occasionally. And whenever we would visit them, they would often give us red envelopes with cash in them. But I don't think anyone ever told me the significance of what that actually meant until like as an adult, I'm like Googling like, what does that mean? Why do people do it? And I think not understanding the significance of it and like what it meant and kind of impacted how I felt connected to that culture. I think it was also definitely impacted by the fact that we grew up in a very, very like white area. At school, we would often joke with other people of color that like I can name all of the Asian kids in my class, and our high school wasn't huge, but it wasn't small. We had at least 300 or 400 kids in each grade. It's like 1,200 at the high school. And so being able to be like, oh yeah, no, I know the 5 other Asian kids who are who are in my grade. So I think just not growing up with a lot of other people of color also probably impacted my ability to relate to. Hey, who is that? Hey, who are you? Okay, we took a pause there. I don't remember what I was talking about. Reese got home, so paused the video and picking back up again after walking Blossom. And I have zero idea where I left off. So instead, I'll just show you the stickers that I have with me right now. So we already saw the tiger. So the second one that I made, I think I mentioned, was the Year of the Rabbit. Just a little guy. And then as I mentioned, I am a Year of the Ox. So here's that guy. And I think I found like conflicting things for something. So like with Year of the like goat or Year of the ram, I ended up interpreting it as Year of the sheep. So it's a fluffy little dude, but obviously makes less sense if you're thinking like ram or sheep, or ram or goat, because not a goat or a ram necessarily. And then I've talked about this guy in a different art talk, but this is the Year of the Dog. It's Blossom. And the last one that I have with me is Year of the Rooster. It's a little guy. So as it is coming up on the Year of the Horse, I actually fully need to restock my Year of the Horse stickers, because I believe I have maybe one left, maybe none. It's one or the other, and I'm not sure which. But happy almost Lunar New Year, and I hope you get to spend it with loved ones. I will hopefully be having hot pot with Reese and Blossom. Blossom doesn't get any, but we've been trying to do hot pot on Lunar New Year, or very close to Lunar New Year, to celebrate the last few years. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing. I post videos every Monday about my art and what it's like running a small art business. I also want to say thank you to my Ko-fi subscribers for all of their support. If you're interested in supporting me further, you can subscribe to me on Ko-fi for $1 or $3 a month, and you'll get various rewards like your name in this video, as well as monthly sketchbooks and monthly digital desktop and mobile backgrounds that you can download and use on your different devices. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!